In Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat says to Alice that if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't really matter what path you take to get there. But in life, when you do know where you want to go, it really matters which path you take, and that's what a decision is all about, is choosing the best path that you can find to get where you want to go. And what most people try and do is they do it very consciously, and they'll go through and they'll go, okay, here's the pros and the cons to this decision, and they'll research, and okay, this is the best guess that I've got about what's going to happen. But what they don't do is make use of the unconscious mind. And what's wonderful about making decisions with your unconscious mind is at an unconscious level, you almost always already know what to do. So I just want to take you through a little exercise in exploring a decision using your unconscious mind. So, you told me that you've got a decision that you're exploring.
Yes.
So what I want you to do is I want you to, in your mind, I want you to imagine, you can do this with your eyes open, eyes closed, but I want you to imagine you're walking down a path. And it's just a beautiful path. And as you walk down that path, you come to a place where the path divides into 3 separate paths, one off to the left, one off to the right, and one more or less in the center. And what I want you to do is I want you to start to walk down the path to the left, and to know that that path to your unconscious mind represents the first of the choices that you've got. And I just want you to describe to me that path. So just describe, you know, what's the terrain like? Are you in the woods? Are you in the city? Just describe that path to me.
It's very isolated.
Mm-hmm.
It's shaded. I'm alone.
Okay. Is it steep or is it?
It's level.
Right.
And it's smooth.
Okay. And are there other people about? Are you the only one on the path?
I'm the only one.
Okay. So, and on a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is, oh my God, I love this path, I could walk it every day, and 1 is, oh God, never again. How would you rate this path?
It's about a 6.
Okay. So now, as if by magic, you're back at that junction, and now you're going to take the path to the right, and the path to the right represents the other primary choice that you've got. And I just, again, want you to just describe that path as you begin to walk that path in your mind. What do you see? How do you feel? What do you notice?
It feels like it could be a similar path, although I feel that I'm not alone on that path.
Right. And is the sun shining? Is it cool? What's the ambience on that path?
It's very similar.
Okay. And scale from 1 to 10 again, where 10 is, I love this path, and 1 is, where would that path be?
Probably about an 8.
Okay. So now, as if by magic, you find yourself back at the fork in the road. And this time you take the middle path, and the middle path represents something that you haven't thought of yet. It represents a new choice. One that's there, but you're not necessarily aware of exactly what it is, even though you might have a vague sense of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to walk that path. I just want you to describe it to me. Same thing. What do you notice? What's it like?
It's crowded.
Right. Crowded good? Crowded not so good?
Crowded good. There's
Okay.
a lot of people.
Right. And is it a steep path? Is it a straight path? Does it go up and down?
I'm not really getting a sense of that any one way.
Okay.
There's just a lot of people.
Okay. Again, scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is, I love this path, and 1 is,
I think it's probably a 9 or a 10. It feels really good.
Okay, great. Now, as if by magic, you find yourself back here having coffee with me. Now, here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to think about the 2 main choices that you've got, okay? I have this little coin here. Heads, you're going to do number 1. Tails, you're going to do number 2, okay? So, hang on. Go. Now, before I show you what it is, what do you hope it is?
So the third one is not an option?
Well, it can be, yeah. No, the third one could be one of your choices.
Okay.
So let's make tails the third one, and heads one of the first 2.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you hope it is? I'm going to guess I know, but...
Tails?
Okay. And it is tails. How do you feel?
Really good.
Okay, fantastic. So what I want you to do is I want you to go back inside, and I just want you to think about what tails might be, what that third choice might be. Just let your unconscious tell you. You just go inside and think about that. Now, when you're doing this for yourself at home, all you need to do is first do your due diligence, go through, do your research, look at your pros and cons. But then when you've got it narrowed down to just a couple of choices, imagine yourself walking down a path, Imagine you come to a fork in that path. Imagine taking the left-hand path. Just notice what it's like. Describe it to yourself. Give yourself a score out of 10. Take the path to the right. Score that. Notice that. Enjoy that. Experience that. Describe it aloud if you can, or even in a journal if you're doing it on your own, because that really helps. And then always give yourself a third choice that you haven't thought of yet, because sometimes your unconscious knows a lot more than you do about what's best for you now and as you go forward into the future. And then get a coin, give one choice to one side, one choice to the other, and flip it. And it doesn't matter which way the coin comes up. What matters is how you feel both before you look at the coin and after you look at the coin, as if you were actually going to do that. Until next time, have fun and learn heaps.